So, Married to Medicine is back with a new cast of characters. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. Okay, so we, have been anticipating for months the new additions to Married to Medicine's cast, meaning Phaedra Parks and Sweet Tea, Dr. G's new lady. And they have this new lady. I don't even really remember her name. She was in the show, in the episode, but I don't remember her name. But what I wanted to talk about, this is more of a rant. This is not a recap. If you need a recap of the episode, you're at the wrong place. This is a rant. Okay, so Phaedra enters on the scene, and apparently Phaedra has a fur shop or some sort of shop, some vault or whatever. And that's where Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are. And, Heavenly's looking at the chinchillas. And this is so politically incorrect, but I don't care. I'm not really politically correct. But PETA is going to come for you, Phaedra. Guns a-blazing. PETA is going to come for you. And I think Candy may send PETA after you.
The lies. There you go. This bitch.
The lies. So not Peter Thomas, but PETA, P-E-T-A, the animal rights organization. So for selling furs, why do y'all even need furs in Atlanta? It gets cold, but it doesn't get that cold. It's not like it's the tundra, and it gets more hot than it gets cold. Anyhow, so, Jackie, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly just kept raving about how good Phaedra looks. She looks good. Is anybody going to say it, or do I have to say it?
Let me tell you why me bleach. Me getting older every day, so I look like a brighty.
Phaedra has been bleaching. Phaedra looks totally different than she looked when we were introduced to her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I'm just going to leave it right there. But I said it. She's been bleaching, and I don't approve. Okay. So let's just move on to the person I really want to talk about. Dr. G is back.
Did you miss me?
Did you miss him? Because I did. I missed that balloon helium voice of his, and his mini car scene lives rent free in my head.
I want to talk to you.
But you know what? Everybody keeps talking about whether or not his new wife, Sweet Tea, is an upgrade from Quad. I'm here to say she is not.
I keep it real.
She is not an upgrade from Quad by any stretch of the imagination. And I will go even further to say Sweet Tea is not camera ready. She's not ready for TV. She's not ready physically, and she's not ready just from what comes out of her mouth. She is just rough around the edges with her twin sister. What's her name? Kanisha.
My name's Misha.
I just didn't.
They're not ready for TV. But I mean, maybe they're gonna bring some drama this season because in the upcoming scenes for the season, it seems as though, because we all thought, at least I thought, that Quad was just gonna come in at the end because it took her so long to sign her contract.
I ain't got to tell you what happened next.
But it appears as though it seems like they're gonna bring Quad to her bridal shower, her bachelorette party, which I feel is foul. But okay, so let's go into some highlights of the show. So Dr. Heavenly is being Dr. Heavenly, being messy. Letitia was saying that Dr. Simone, connected her to a fibroid specialist, and Dr. Heavenly starts up the drama. But Simone, why didn't you recommend Jackie? That was foul.
You ain't nobody's friend.
Mama.
Because now and then, why couldn't you do it, Simone? And it's like, Heavenly, you're a doctor. You're smarter than that. You know that there are OBGYNs, and then there are specialists who, you should know this as a doctor. I know this because I'm a woman who's had some issues. But there are people who are specifically trained in fibroid removal and specifically trained with certain equipment like robotics, or like there are people who specialize in endometriosis and excision surgery. So Jackie may not be the one. Jackie's specialty may be delivering babies and pushing bio-T on people. and that was shade because BioT is for the streets, okay? But, and so that was foul of Heavenly. And I'm usually team Heavenly because I know she's messy and she's dramatic, but I love the way she moves the story along.
I said what I said.
Did y'all see how much weight Eugene has lost? And Toya is still finding a way to, you know, emasculate him and his sexuality. He just said he lost weight and he looked good. Why you gotta talk about his stamina? I feel like that's a Bravo clause to always bring up sex unnecessarily. It's like these people, because I mean, in general conversation, and maybe my friends, we're just prudes or so, but we don't talk about sex that often. But it's like that's all these women on all the shows across all the platforms do, is talk about sex. Speaking of sex, did your eyebrows raise when Dr. Jackie said Curtis was in Dominican Republic?
Water.
Really, Jackie? You said, "Oh, that's cool, Curtis. Go ahead on and go to Dominican Republic with your without me, with your history." Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me find out. Dr. Jackie and Curtis have an arrangement.
I've been with people from America for 2 years, 3 years. And the people who give me everything in my life, and there's people who come in every month for me. Every month.
They have to. And Dr. Jackie, Curtis, I know Curtis was supposed to love you, but Curtis is playing you, I think. I just never can forgive Curtis.
You not believe in love?
I just can't. I mean, but anyhow, something else that happened at this hoedown that they had, because they had a hoedown, I didn't mention that, is that they were talking about Quad a little bit too much in Sweet T's house, and her sister was like, not in her house, nuh-uh. And it was just like, oh my gosh.
Man, sit your ass down.
Sweet T's sister might need to be the one on the show, Kanisha, because she wasn't here to play.
Huh? How you like that? What you gonna do, Chloe? What you gonna do, huh?
She was acting like Mal, but even worse than Mal being Cynthia's sister from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But anyhow, I think the season is starting off pretty good. I was excited to see that this show was back because it's one of my favorite reality shows on Bravo, because it just seems as though most of the connections now appear to be genuine. Now, these new people coming in, I don't know. And, you know, Dr. G being back, I think that's good because he still kept a connection with all the the husbands on the show. So, I mean, it should be an exciting season. And it seems as though Quad is going to emerge a lot sooner than I expected, because, you know, there was always some discussion about Quad's contract and whether or not she was coming back. But it seems as though she's going to come back sooner in the edit. So that should be interesting. And it appears from the upcoming scenes from the season is that Quad might make an appearance at the bachelorette party, which is foul, distasteful, and disrespectful. And another thing that's disrespectful is that, Greg, you couldn't even get a new house. You letting Sweet Tea put all her Ross Dress for Less furnishings in Quad's old house. That's not an upgrade, everybody. That's not an upgrade. That's a plateau. That's not an upgrade. That's just a plateau. You're just like, look, I can't afford to buy a new house, so Sweet Tea, you're gonna have to decorate it. And did y'all hear Sweet Tea? She was definitely giving gold digger vibes, everybody. She says she wants access to the money. All right. So anyhow, drop to the comments and like and subscribe.